Hey, good afternoon from Smart Parts Crafts in sunny Colleyville, Texas. I want to take you guys through a really neat project today. This is one of my favorite things to do. We are going to work with the Mandala sets. Mandala is a huge thing on trend right now. And of course, it combines your metal stamping cuff bracelets, which are huge on trend as well. Here's what our finished project is going to look like. Okay, we're going to take an aluminum strip. We're going to stamp it into a pleasing pattern, whatever, and this is totally up to you, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Really, really easy. And each one will be different. So it's a very personalized project, okay? Okay, so here are the materials that we use to do this, okay? We have a hammer, and we have, well, the hammer that I've got is a 1 pound hammer, okay? Works pretty good. We are using the bracelet bending bar from ImpressArt. Actually, almost everything here is ImpressArt, which is a fantastic brand. We have 4 Mandala sets that they sell. We're going to be using pack 1, but it comes in pack 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Anna Maria is videotaping you guys today, so say hi to Anna Maria. Here are the different sets. Each one has its own little pattern. And so switch whichever one you like, or get the whole kit and caboodle of 4, and then you can mix and match whatever mandalas. But you can make all these different patterns and designs and things like that. You can do round mandala pendants. I like doing the cuff bracelets because it's just very freestyle and low tech. Then we've got aluminum strips that are already rounded, and they're nice thick aluminum. Here's one that if you can see how thick this is right here. And so they hold their cuff shape very, very well. Once you work hard in it and get it into its cuff shape, I'm going to show you how to do that. They don't really bend too much, okay? We have stamped straight tape, which is a great tape to use. It doesn't really leave any kind of tacky residue on your metal pieces. And here is the pack 1 Mandala set, which has, as you can see, it comes in this particular pack has 3 different sizes. Has a little flower, and these are beautiful because they're embossed on the sides, so you can always tell what the pattern is going to be. You can see they're really nice tall designs. You can get a good look at that. They give a nice deep impression. Okay, so I've started this one so you can see what it looks like. Basically, I just took this stamp and I just stamped along the edges, and I'm going to finish it out so you can kind of see what it looks like. Then we did the flower and some random leaves down the middle. Now, just keep in mind, all of this is whatever you want to do, and there's really no mistake here. So everything will blend in beautifully, and it is a handmade product. So don't expect it to look perfect. It really does need to look very handmade. So that's perfect. You want to start with a good heavy bench block, stainless steel bench block, or steel bench block, okay? And a good sturdy table. All right, so what we're going to do to finish this one out is we're going to tape this down to give it a lot of stability. You don't ever want to try to stamp without it taped down because it's just asking for trouble. Your piece will wiggle and then you'll end up with a ghost image, and that's not very much fun. But I'm just going to continue along this line with the same pattern here, and I use the tape because it's thicker than Scotch tape, so it gives you a line to visually tell where your image should go, but also it gives you a very physical feel to it, because if you slide your stamp across here, you can actually feel it touch that top, and then everything is going to be lined up as you go, okay? So you're just going to hold your stamp straight up and down, okay, and just give it a tap. Aluminum is really good. Very nice image. Aluminum is really soft, and so it's pretty forgiving, and it doesn't require a lot of arm strength. A lot of our customers have found pretty good success with an 8-ounce hammer. You can use a 1 pound hammer. You don't need anything heavier than that. And you can actually stamp straight through the tape, which is not really a big deal. Okay. So we're just going to finish out the ends here by just freehanding some little designs. Okay, now you'll see this one right here it's not a great image. It looks like I was holding it a little lopsided off to the side, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that with the camera or not. But if you're really careful, you can take the stamp and put it back into the grooves. You just kind of have to feel for it. And when you feel it kind of click into place, then hold it really still and just kind of give it another tap. And you got to be careful doing that because you could get a ghost image, but for this informal project, it really is not going to matter. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. All right. So what I want to do here is the centerpiece. You can see how fast that went. It really doesn't take long. But I just took my Sharpie. I just made some dots along just to give me a little bit of a guideline about where I wanted to stamp the flowers. Okay. So this is the image we're going to use for the flowers. You can see it's got the flower on the side. So I'm just going to stamp on top of those dots. Okay, that one's not quite complete, but that's okay. I'll just leave it, it'll be fine. And then I have this little horse eye shape, which is kind of like a leaf, if you can see that. And I just kind of did them randomly, kind of turned them, maybe a little 45-degree angle. And you can see it doesn't take a lot of strength to do this. And this one is just like a little quatrefoil, little clover. You can see that's pretty little design. Just to add a little zhuzh it up. Okay. Pretty easy, right? It went really fast. Okay. So you can kind of see really pretty design. And I just took a little pad and just kind of polish off the Sharpie. Now you could go back in and you could use any color Sharpie on these. You could use green for the leaves and pink for the flowers, or you could just sharpen it all in black if you wanted to. I'm going to leave mine plain because I kind of like the look of the bare silver metal with the aluminum. It's just really pretty and shiny. Okay. So we now have the bracelet bending bar that is amazing. It's really hard tempered thick steel. Okay, you can see it's got a little notch right here, a little groove. And it works great on pretty much any cuff up to, I think, about 1 inch in width. Anything bigger than that and it's going to extend beyond here and you're not going to get a nice bend to your cuff. Okay. But what we're going to do is just take this, once it's finished, you want to take it and put it into this groove. Okay. Just sits right down in there. You can see that. Now this is really thick metal, so depending if you've got really thick metal, you might have to use a little bit of strength to bend it over. But just bend it. And as you bend it, it will sort of work harden it. Okay? You want to just bend it halfway. You don't want to go all the way under, but then you just turn it over. See, it's like a little half cuff right now. Turn it over on the back side. And bend over the same thing on that side. Okay. And voila! It's a cuff, and it will fit most sizes. As you can see, just slide it right on. And once you get the cuff set for your size, then you really won't need to change the sizes at all. It'll just slip right on and off pretty easily. Now, I usually leave the protective coating on until I'm completely finished, and so now I'm just going to peel off. It's a slightly blue tinted plastic coating that just protects the back of the surface from scratches. Okay, nice and shiny, easy. With these really thick cuffs, you'll find that you might have just a little bit of a sharp edge. I mean, it's not going to cut you, but it might feel a little bit rough. If you will just take a little emery board and just kind of run it along here very gently, and maybe some abrasive fine grit sandpaper, or throw it in your tumbler. We throw aluminum in our tumbler all the time. I use 2 or 3 drops of the white liquid ivory soap, the white dish soap, and that works great with distilled water, and run it through your tumbler for 30 minutes or an hour, and this thing will come out so beautiful and shiny, and will buff everything out. It work hardens it, and this cuff will be good to go. So if you have any questions, we want to help. So Anna Maria is videotaping. Everybody say hi to Anna Maria. And she and I will be answering any questions that you have. If you want to just leave a message, you can find pretty much all the parts here on Smart Parts on Etsy. And also you can find us at smartpartscrafts.com. Bye, y'all.